You're going to need a size 6 chunky yarn. I'm using light blue and a little bit of white for the ears, a 5.5mm crochet hook, some scissors, and a yarn needle to sew the ears onto the base. Getting started with the light blue, I'm going to make a slip knot. We're going to start with a chain long enough to fit around this gray part of the MOAbong. So for me, that's going to be a chain of 18. Once you have your 18 chains, we're going to slip stitch to the very first chain. So just push your hook through that first chain, yarn over, and pull through. So you have 2 loops on your hook. Just pull that first loop through that second loop. And it should form a ring like this. Now for row 1, I'm going to chain 1 and start with a single crochet in the very first chain. And for row 1, we're just going to make 1 single crochet in each chain all the way around. And I'm also going to weave in this yarn tail just by pinching it behind my stitches. So I'm going to go through the next stitch or the next chain, pinch that yarn tail behind, and complete my single crochet. And just keep doing that all the way around. So at the end of this round, we should have 18 stitches. Once you've made 1 single crochet in each chain, you should be left with 18 single crochet stitches and a ring that looks like this. At this point, I like to slip stitch to the top of the first single crochet that we made. And then start the next row with another chain of 1. So we're starting each row with a chain 1 and ending each row with a slip stitch. Now for rows 2 and 3, we're just making 1 single crochet in each stitch, and we're going to start with a single crochet in that same first stitch. So go ahead and make your 18 single crochet for 2 rows, and I'll meet you at the end of row 3. So I've reached the end of my 3rd row. So at this point, I'm going to slip stitch to end the row. And now for the next row, start with your chain 1. We're going to make 5 single crochet. So start with that first stitch and make 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you have 5 stitches, and at this point you're going to immediately turn your work and then go into that first stitch and make another 5 single crochet. And we're going to continue the same way. So turn your work and then just make sure you don't chain 1 at the ends here. Just go immediately into that first stitch. This is going to help us keep those really straight edges. We're going to make these 5 single crochet for a total of 39 rows. So this is going to be rows 4 through 42, just 5 single crochet. So once you've done that for 39 rows, I'll meet you back here to show you what to do next. So I just completed my 39 rows of 5 single crochet. So at this point, we're going to start to single crochet along the side right here, all the way down to the base. So we're just going to go between each row, starting with that first one, and just make 1 single crochet between each row. So go into every space until you reach the bottom. It should start to look something like this. So I just single crocheted all along the side here. once you reach the base, we're gonna make 4 single crochet right here. So go into that first single crochet right there and make 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we're gonna start to connect them. So pull up a loop right here so you don't lose your place, and then flip it inside out. We're gonna push our hook through stitch number 6 from the left. So these are the 5 single crochet that we made at the top. Just push your hook through the 6th one. So that's the first one that you made on the side, on the corner there. And then grab that loop, tighten it up, and pull that through. So now they're connected. And now to connect the rest of the stitches, go into the front loop on the front piece, and then we're gonna go into the back loop on the back piece, like that. Yarn over and pull through all the loops. And that's how we're gonna connect them. So I'll show you one more time. Go through the front loop only on the front piece, and then the back loop only on that back piece. Yarn over and pull through all of the loops. And repeat that for the remaining stitches. So now you've made your 5 slip stitches. You can pull up a loop again and then turn it back to the right side. So this is the side where we single crocheted all around. And now this is the side where we're gonna single crochet all around one more time, starting with the base right here. Just get that loop back on your hook and start making your single crochet, starting with that next stitch. Make 1, 2, 3, 4 at the base. And now this is your slip stitch here. Just skip over that and go right into the next space on the side. And then just finish off with your single crochet stitches between every row, just like you did for the other side. So once you reach the very end here, you can slip stitch to your first single crochet. And I like to end with a chain 1 and then just snip a tail long enough that you can weave in the end. So I just weaved in my ends. This is what my base looks like. And you can take your MOAbong and slide it on to make sure that it fits. So this is what it's gonna look like once it's on. And then at this point, you can add whatever ears you like. In this tutorial, I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do the bunny ears. So to get started on the ears, I'm using the white yarn. I'm gonna start with a slip knot. We're starting with a chain of 9. Once you have 9 chains, we're going to start to single crochet, starting with the second chain from the hook. So make 1 single crochet in each chain. So you should have 8 single crochet stitches in total. Now we can turn our work. And we're going to start by making 7 single crochet. Once you've made 7 single crochet, we're going to make 3 single crochet in the 8th stitch. Once you made those 3 single crochet, we're going to turn it so that we're working on the other side of the chains and end off with 8 single crochet. So just make 1 in each of the chains. So at the end of row 2, I like to chain 1 and just snip this off. The tail doesn't have to be too long because we're just going to tuck them in at the end. So just cut a short tail like that. And now you're gonna repeat this process with the blue yarn, but don't cut the yarn at the end. So I have my blue piece here. Keep your yarn attached. And now to attach these 2 pieces together, just turn them so that the wrong sides are facing each other, like this. And I'm gonna turn them so that the white part is on top of the blue part. This was the last row of single crochet that we made. And now I'm going to push my hook into that first stitch on the white piece. And now keeping that on my hook, I'm also going to push through the first stitch on the blue piece, like that. So make sure your hook is going through both stitches. And now we're going to start to single crochet across. So yarn over, pull through, and complete your single crochet. And now we're going to repeat this until we have 8 stitches in total. So making sure your hook is going through both stitches and making 8 single crochet in total. So I have my 8 single crochet on this side. So this side is attached. Now once you reach these top stitches here, I'm gonna make 2 increases. So in the next stitch, we're still gonna go through both stitches. So make your single crochet and then make another single crochet through those same stitches. So that's our first increase. And then we're gonna do the same thing through the next stitches. So make 2 single crochet in there. So we have our 2 increases, and then we're just gonna end this row with our remaining 8 single crochet, going through both rows again to attach them. So once you've completed that row, turn your work. So we're gonna end the ears off with a row of half double crochet. So you can chain 1 here and then start with 8 half double crochet. So yarn over, push your hook through that stitch, yarn over, pull through, so you have 3 loops on your hook, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. And that's a half double crochet. Complete that until you have 8 stitches in total. Once you have your 8 half double crochet, the pattern for the next 4 stitches is going to be half double crochet, increase, half double crochet, increase. So 1 half double crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 half double crochet in the next stitch. And then repeat that. 1 half double crochet in the next stitch, and 2 half double crochet in the next stitch. And then you can end off this row with the remaining 8 half double crochet. And now to complete this, I'm just going to chain 1 and then snip a long tail so we can sew this onto our base. So for these little pieces, I like to snip them just a little bit. And then we're just going to hide them inside of our ear. And at this point, you can thread your yarn needle. And then I'm going to pinch my ear inwards like this and just sew the end here together. So this is what our ear should look like. So you're gonna make 2 of those and then we're gonna sew them onto the base. So before we sew this on, you just wanna locate the center of the base up top here. So for me, it looks like this is gonna be my center. So I can show you here at the top. It's gonna be right between these 2 rows. I'm gonna keep my finger on it so I know where the center is. And then I'm gonna push my hook through 2 rows right next to it. And I'm gonna go under the row and pull that through. And this is gonna mark where the ear is gonna sit. So it's gonna sit like that. And that's exactly where I want it, so I can put the other ear right next to it. And I like to sew this on by going through the row first, and then through the ear. And I'm gonna hold it down right here with my finger, and then I'm just gonna go underneath the stitches, making sure to go through that same row. And just go forward through the row and then through the ear. And take your time with this. Make sure you sew the ear on both sides so that it's super secure. You can give it a little shake to make sure that it's not flopping around too much. I like to fasten off by just going through one of the stitches right next to it, and then don't go through all the way. Make sure there's a little loop left. Push your needle through that loop and then just make a little knot like that to secure the yarn in place. And then you can hide the tail by going through the ear. Just go through the ear and then come out of any stitch. And then just snip your yarn right there. And that should hide the yarn tail in place. So now I'm gonna sew the other ear on the same way and then we'll be done. So once you've sewn both of your ears on, this is what your light stick cover is gonna look like. And it's super secure. You can give it a little shake to make sure. So if you like this tutorial, let me know in the comments. Let me know what other kind of tutorials you guys would like to see. If there's other animals or other designs that you guys have an idea for, let me know and I can try to make a tutorial for it. If you make this, tag me on Instagram at Alina Crochets. If you're going to see TXT on tour, I'll be in Atlanta on May 29th, so I hope to see you guys there. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Bye!